Hi, friends. We're going to go ahead and finish the last part of our book, Brave Girl. I'm going to start on page 15 so we can get back into the book. Here we go. The men at the factory tell her they've been trying to get the workers to team up in a union. Then they'd strike, refuse to work, until the bosses treat them better. But the men don't think the ladies are tough enough. Not tough enough? Because they're girls? Oh, yes, they are. Clara knows it. She'll show them. From then on, at the sewing tables and on the street corners, Clara urges the girls to fight for their rights. When the seamstresses are overworked, she says, strike. When they're underpaid, she says, strike. When they're punished for speaking up, she cries, strike.
Strike! 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 Triangle Waist Company. Cloaks and suits. Clothing specials.
And the girls do.
ILGWU. Strike. Picket. Ladies' tailors. Strikers.
And here we can see all the girls out striking with their signs out, picketing. Each time Clara leads a walkout, the bosses fire her. Each time she pickets, her life is in danger. The bosses hire men to beat her and the other strikers. The police arrest her 17 times. They break 6 of her ribs, but they can't break her spirit. It's shatterproof. Clara hides her bruises from her parents. A few days later, she's on the picket line again. And the other girls think, if she can do it, we can do it too. For weeks, the small strikes go on. But the bosses find other young women to do the work for the same low pay and long hours. We must do something bigger, think Clara and the other union leaders. Something huge, a giant strike at every garment factory in the city. The union holds a meeting. Throngs of workers pack the seats, the aisles, the walls. The hall thrums with excitement. Clara listens to speech after speech. The speakers, mostly men, want everyone to be careful. 2 hours pass. No one recommends a general strike. Finally, the most powerful union leader in the country goes up to the podium. Not even he proposes action. So Clara does. That's right, Clara. She calls out from the front of the hall. The crowds lift her to the stage where she shouts in Yiddish.
Unser einziger Ausweg ist a general strike.
I have no further patience for talk. I move that we go on a general strike. And she starts the largest walkout of women workers in U.S. history.
Unity is strength.
The next morning, New York City is stunned by the sight of thousands of young women streaming from the factories. One newspaper calls it an army. Others call it a revolt. It's a revolt of girls, for some are only 12 years old. And the rest are barely out of their teens. In the coming weeks, Clara is called a hero. She lights up chilly union halls with her fiery pep talks. Her singing lifts the spirits of the picketers. When a group of thugs approaches, she yells,
Stand fast, girls.
And they do. All winter long, in the bitter cold, in their cheap, thin coats, tired and starving and scared, the girls walk alongside the men on the icy sidewalks of the picket line. They spill out of the union halls, blocking the roads, filling the street corners and public squares. Newspapers write stories about them. College girls raise money for them. Rich women, swathed in fur coats, picket with the factory girls. By the time the strike is over, hundreds of bosses agree to let their staff form unions. They shorten the work week and raise salaries. That means they raise the money that Clara will get. The strike emboldens thousands of women to walk out of garment factories in Philadelphia and Chicago.
Garment workers strike. Uprising of 20,000. ILGWU strike. ILGWU strike. Revolt of the Girls. New York City.
And the strike convinces Clara to keep fighting for the rights of workers. Her throat is hoarse, her feet are sore, but she has helped thousands of people, proving that in America, wrongs can be righted. Warriors can wear skirts and blouses, and the bravest hearts may beat in girls only 5 feet tall. Thank you, friends. Make sure that you move on and answer the questions for Brave Girl.